Hello and a very good evening to all of you. Welcome to today's session. And so I can see a lot of you who are there in the session. Saradipta and Pranjal, good evening. Good evening all to all the others also. So good to have all of you. And I'm Meenakshi Upadhyay and I've been training for the CAT exam for more than 22 to 25 years now. Actually, so it's been a very, very long time. So I've seen all the cycles of the CAT and the changes that have happened. And one thing that does not change in CAT is reading comprehension. So that is what we are going to be talking about today, how to improve your reading comprehension. And hi Harsh, Prabal, Khushbu, Rachel, Pranjal and Sauradipta. Welcome, good evening. So let's get to business, as they say. Let's get to the topic of today's discussion immediately. So as I told you that over the past 25 years that I have seen the CAT papers, one thing that does not change is reading comprehension. That is, and another thing is parajumbles. Maybe some other session we'll be talking about that. But today we'll talk about comprehension. So comprehension is something which is, part of any aptitude exam, any MBA entrance exam. You're doing a CSAT or MBA, a CAT or a ZAT or an IFT, any snap and mat mycat is, you name it, and comprehension has to be there. So therefore it becomes, so as we say that comprehension is the be all and end all of the entrance exams, be all end all meaning the everything. And in the CAT exam, with the latest pattern, what we see, like the last year, there were 24 questions in total, and in the VARC section, out of which 16 questions were from reading comprehension, and 8 questions were from verbal ability. So again, as you see, that you cannot escape comprehension. You have to be good in it. You have to be, comfortable in it. So what I have done is I've tried to create some pointers for today's class, the kind of problems that you people face in RC. I've just jotted down the points from my side. I will just share it with you, and then you tell me if I'm missing out anything. I will, include that also in the points. All right. So no problem, Rohini. We have just started. So the total questions, yeah. So let's see, Suryansh, the total question. We will see last year's pattern only. And if it is again a 3-slot paper, it will be similar to last year's. Unless in the notification they say that they are increasing or decreasing the number of questions. They tell before the CAT whether they are increasing or decreasing. So Abhi, we will take the CAT 21 as the standard, right? So somebody saying there is no sound. Murli is saying. I hope all the others can hear me. Yes, right. So can you put in a message if you can hear me or not hear me? I believe you can. Right. Thank you, Aniket and Palak. Right. Right. Thank you, Meghjeet and Kushi. Correct. All right. So now, so see, let's look at the checklist. So kind of problems that you people face in reading comprehension. Let us look at that. So these are some of the points that in the afternoon I was just jotting down whatever I feel that the students face. So something is accuracy in RC, है ना? That is one common problem. You get so many questions wrong. Okay, so we'll talk about that. Then a 2-option confusion. 2 options you are able to remove. Remaining 2 options में क्या करना, what to do, है ना? How to choose the best answer, how to choose the correct answer. ठीक है? Consistency in preparation, मतलब कि कुछ दिन होता है, फिर then you leave it, and then why it is important. So we'll talk about that. Difficult passages and understanding them. Okay, so this again is a common problem. Then a passage you feel that you have understood, but still you are making errors in the questions. So that is again, you feel you have understood the passage, lekin question galat ho ja raha hai. Then choosing the right, you've got 5 passages in the exam. You'll attempt 3 out of them. What are the best ones to choose in your mocks, in your actual CAT? Some people attempt up to 4, but then which 4 out of 5, है ना? Then you are doing your reading, but still you are not improving. Some people tell me that also. Okay, so we'll talk about that. Elimination of options we have talked about. 2 option confusion mein elimination of बाकी के भी 4 options है. How to deal with the 4 options that we have. Then vocabulary issue. The different question types that are come in the comprehension. The kind of passage topics that come, we'll talk about that. Mock strategy kya hona chahiye. And obviously these two are our YouTube channel. The Verbal TeaCup and Arun Sharma Mindworks are the YouTube channel. So this is separate. Okay, so these are the points I will want to cover today. Let's see how much we can cover. So I believe I have covered all the problems that you are facing. इसके अलावा भी कुछ है, something else that you find difficult in comprehension which I have missed out? नहीं तो एक एक करके शुरू करते हैं, है ना? I will explain what consistency means, Rohini, when I come to that point. ठीक है ना? Don't worry. So हाँ, so yeah, so passage topics में वो आ जाएगा पुलकित, है ना? Passage topics इसमें नोट कर लेते हैं. Unfamiliarity and different types. Okay, right, Pulkit. So I think ये हो गया आपका, ठीक है? So okay, हाँ वो तो strategy of passage है ना, उसमें आ जाएगा. How to you know, so yeah, so we'll आदर्श हम लोग उसके बारे में बात कर लेंगे, ठीक है? Right. So yeah, Prachi, you can say. Yes, Prachi, I am really glad to have all of you, and it really warms my heart as much, you know, when I can get a chance to teach my students. So thank you so much. Hanji, Yash, I will talk about attempting the question first or attempting the seeing the option. Okay, ठीक है, लिख लेते हैं. Read the questions first or the passage, है ना? ठीक है, I've put your point also. So let us start off now, है ना? हाँ, daily readings का best use कैसे करना है, we will talk about that also, correct? And time factor and all, हाँ हाँ, तो वो सब जब passage पे आते हैं तो we'll talk about. All right, so okay, Diptiman is saying I'm preparing for CAT 23 and my doubt is while reading what is the main key area where I can put pressure or focus on. Yes. So yes, I believe I have ये तो आपके हम include कर लिए हैं that I'm reading but still I'm not improving. So I'll talk about that, Diptiman, है ना? So don't worry. And time management and all we will talk about, है ना? Difficulty in paraphrasing, okay. ठीक है. So we will put these points also. Difficulty in paraphrasing, time management. ठीक है? Okay. Errors due to less time. So I think some points हो गया. चलो, अब let us start the discussion so that we can cover the important points. Yes. Right, Rohan? So हाँ जी, तो वो डर को कैसे हटाएंगे, रोहन? Rohan Sethi will talk about that also. Okay, so first of all, let us talk about how to improve accuracy in RC, है ना? And this more or less will cover all the below points also. So हम लोग we will take each points and we will discuss about them. So accuracy in RC now. First of all, accuracy means how many questions you are getting correct. So what is the achievable accuracy? 100% accuracy is very rare. You know, if after so many years also, we also make 1 or 2 errors sometimes. So I can say that I have got a 95% accuracy, but I can't say that I've got 100% accuracy, or even Sharma sir would make some mistakes. So everybody makes mistakes. So you should not be scared. But easily achievable could be around 80% to 90% is easily achievable. How to get that accuracy? So there are different strategies to talk about. So first of all, we talk about long passages and short passages. Now say if you're giving a UPSC CSAT exam, you're giving a SNAP exam, you're giving a MyCat exam, passages are short in that. तो उस केस में reading the passage first or reading the question first is not going to change anything. So you start with the conventional way of reading the passage and then go to the question, have a mental answer, and then try to eliminate the options and solve it. If it is a short passage, by short passage, what do I mean? Something which is 100, 200 words, 300 words. If your passage is more than 500 to 800 words, it's a long passage, it is a good idea to see the questions first. So say, if we look at question number 1, not the options. If we look at question number 1 and it is talking about Mr. W, okay, and then question number 2 is talking about the main argument of the passage. Main argument meaning the main idea of the passage. Okay, question number 3 is talking about say the argument, the example given about Mr. W. And the fourth question is talking about, say, which of the following will the author agree with or disagree with or something like that. So now we've got our questions. We don't know the options, but we know that when we are reading the passage, we have to stop at particular points. Those particular points are, there are 2 questions about Mr. W that are there. There is one question about the key argument in the passage. And there was one question about which of the following will the author agree with. So you have to obviously see the main points of the passage which the author will agree or will disagree. So now when we start reading, we come to paragraph number 2 and we see that Mr. W and his example is there. So then immediately you go to question number 2, which was saying the example about Mr. W. And you read the question. You read that part of the paragraph, in paragraph 2, where that question was there, where the answer is there. Have a mental answer that, okay, this example about Mr. W was how he fought in the battle. Okay? And now you have a mental answer. Ab aap option check karo. Now you check the option and you see which option is talking about how he fought in the battle. Okay? Because you have already created a mental option. Now you match it. Now one of the option is saying that he did not fight the battle. This has changed the how he fought the battle means he has fought it. He did not fight is negating. So this is the wrong option. This is changing information. So this is gone. We will eliminate it. How to eliminate? Hai na? So we eliminate that option. One option is saying how well he fought in the battle, and after the battle, how he looted the janta. Now, this point was not asked. We were only asked about the example about how he fought the battle. Right? So how he looted the janta was after the battle. This is extra information. So just like in quants, if in algebra they are asking you the value of x, you tell the value of x and then you don't tell the value of y if they are not asking for it. So similarly in comprehension, if they are asking for x, what he did in the battle, how he fought, you don't say what he did after the battle. That is extra information, therefore incorrect answer. It contains half your answer. So half answer is also wrong answer. So we remove it. Okay. Then the third option is talking a little bit about the battle and how all the soldiers fought in the battle, not just Mr. W. Now this is a general answer for a specific question. So this is also wrong. Okay, because we are asking how Mr. W fought the battle. The option is saying how all the soldiers fought the battle. Mr. W is also included in that. So this is a generalized answer. Question was specific, answer is general. So wrong answer. And your fourth option is talking only about Mr. W, how he fought in the battle. So obviously that becomes our best answer. So for accuracy in RC, there are three things that you have to keep in mind. What the question is asking, from where in the passage, is it a general question from the whole passage, or is it a specific question from a particular point, right? Then have you created your mental option? Because if you had not created your mental answer as to how Mr. X has fought the battle, the option which was talking about how the other soldiers have fought, all soldiers, wo bhi aapko sahi lagta, you would find that also correct. The option which was talking about how Mr. X had fought the battle and how after the battle he had looted, that also answer you would start getting. So you would have, and the last option which was the correct option. So option B, C and D would have been your problem areas. Option A was saying he did not fight the battle, wo to aap galat mark kar dete. But B, C, D would be the close options. But actually when you have created your mental answer, then you will realize I know what I'm looking for. So all of these things which have this extra, which have the diversion, which have the general answer, they are wrong when you have the right answer in your mind. So get to that level, and to get to that level, when you are able to find the right answer mentally and then check the options, there are again factors like understanding the comprehension properly, understanding what the question is asking you, है ना? अभी अगर question को ही आपने misinterpret कर लिया, if you misinterpret the question, means misunderstand the question, and you thought that question is about how everybody fought the battle, then you would choose the third answer, which was talking about how all the soldiers fought in the battle. So sometimes you understand the passage, but you did not understand the question, and that is why you had a problem. That also happens. So when you are doing your basic solving, please start seeing why you are making errors, and that is what you will have to start correcting. Once you start working on that, your accuracy is bound to increase. All right. So am I making sense? Are you able to understand what I'm talking about? ठीक है ना? So now so then when you see the question, it becomes easy for you that okay, Mr. W के बारे में जहां जहां बात हुई है, wherever he has been talked, I have to stop and see, because Mr. W के बारे में there are two questions, so we will stop at those places, and so it makes it easier while reading, and for you to go back to the passage. Otherwise फिर से आप पूरे passage में you have to search. It saves your time also. So that is one thing. Okay. So this is how you improve your accuracy, but iske liye you will have to do practice. Just by my saying, you will not learn it. You will have to do it again and again. And then I have talked about 4-5 points of elimination. You will find many more points of elimination also when you solve each comprehension. So that is the task that you will do. So there are many students who tell me, I have solved your whole book. I am not really very happy with them when they say that, frankly. I'll tell you why. Because they have ticked all the answers, but they have not learned what they had to learn. See, you should not, especially in April and in May when you're solving, 2 to 3 comprehensions per day is enough. You don't need to solve 10 comprehensions and tick them and get 50% accuracy. No point. Solve 2 RCs, not more than 8 to 10 questions, and then read it again and see where you are going wrong. Look at the option. Look at what was actually the right answer, why you got confused. So that is the point of error. देखो जब दो option confusion होता है, so then 60-70% तक everybody is comfortable that one of these options is correct. What makes you take the decision towards the wrong option? Was it time pressure? Some people just get frustrated. and they say, okay, now let me mark A instead of A, B mein confusion, and they mark A and they just leave it. That is just pressure, time pressure. So then you'll have to work on your time pressure so that you don't get into it. The other is concentration problem. You are not able to concentrate. So again, you say, okay, let me just mark something and move on. Aapka mind hi blank out kar jata hai. So this is not an understanding issue. This is a mind problem. You'll have to manage your mind, whether it's the time or the pressure. The third problem that happens is that you feel that both the options are same. You are not able to differentiate. This is an understanding issue. That means either you have not understood the question, or you have not understood that part of the passage, or you are not able to understand the difference in the options due to the both the reasons that you have not understood the passage and the question. Because agar do options created hai, there must be some difference, then only two options are there, na? Otherwise three are the options. If A and B were the same, why would they be different? So agar aapko nahi samajh aa raha, if you are not able to understand the difference between the two options, therefore you have an understanding problem. You'll have to read very careful. So maybe us time us RC ko chhod do. Come back, think about it, come back to it the next day or maybe at night. Read it again with an open mind. Kabhi kabhi kya ho jata na? Sir and I use this phrase. You fall in love with an option. When you fall in love with an option, then आपका पूरा mind blank हो जाता है और बाकी options में you are not able to differentiate. That happens a lot in English, especially because language quants में तो फिर भी numerical है तो आप उसको wrong prove कर सकते हो और your mind has to agree. But if your heart is in love with, or your mind is in love with one option in English and comprehension, it becomes very difficult to challenge it at that time. You know, it happens with me in the class also. Some students are like, no ma'am, why is my answer wrong? अभी हम बता भी रहे हैं तो नहीं समझ में आता. Then I tell them, okay, don't try to understand. See my recording tomorrow, and then see it with an open mind. So this is what you should also do when you are solving. अगर वो mental block हो गया है, that you are not able to differentiate, attempt it after some time. Okay. Now, since we are talking about the preparation process, so obviously abhi aapke paas time hai, you have time, so you can do this. Exam mein you can't do this, so exam tak pahunchte all these barriers we have to remove from our mind, है ना? And that ego, how can my answer be wrong? मेरे को तो सब समझ में आ रहा है, you know. So you have to be humble and accept that, okay, there might be some issue that I'm not understanding, there might be something that I'm missing out, let me do it again. Huh? And then when you do it with an open mind, it sometimes helps you. So redo it instead of trying to ask somebody. See, पूछ तो आप अभी लोगे, but then is it really helping you so much? No, it does not, because it has stopped you from struggling. So struggling with the question is also very, very important in learning. So once we had a student who was struggling with a particular problem, and we had told them the basics of solving, and then we knew that the student had the ability to solve. We told them, okay, comes to us, says we can't solve this. I knew he could solve this. I said, okay, please go back, try it for 4 or 5 times, come back to me. After 5 days comes back, ma'am, I still can't solve. I listened to it out. I said, no, I believe you can solve it, please go back, try it again. I sent him back at least 4 times. But the 5th time he came back to me and he said, ma'am, I'm very glad that you did not tell me, I know how to solve this. So it's not that I did not want to help that student, but I knew that he or she had the ability to solve. So similarly, many of you have the ability to solve. You just don't look at it the right way. So you start looking at it the right way. उसके लिए maybe आपको redo करना पड़ेगा. So as I told you, book को खत्म करना important नहीं है. It is not important to finish all the comprehension chapters or all the VA chapters. It is important to learn from each question. What is it that is stopping you from understanding this? And that is where you are having to improve. Is it a vocabulary problem? You're not able to understand the word that is mentioned in the option due to which you're not understanding, or you are not able to understand the whole sentence, you're not able to understand the question, you're not able to understand that part of the passage which was explaining the answer to the question. So these could be, or a combination of these problems could be the reason why you are having a problem in the two options. Okay, so please work on it like that. I'll take your questions later if I miss out something. So abhi I'm not looking at the questions, so please don't type anything. Then we are talking about consistency in preparation. Now students, what they do is they tell me that ma'am, abhi I'm solving RC, and next 10 days I will solve RC, then I will leave RC for 2 months, and then I will only concentrate on verbal and quants, and then I will leave verbal for 2 months, and then I will do again RC. Now, this is a very bad idea. You know, every week you should be in touch with the important chapters, the important topics that are there in the 3 sections. So it should not be that first 2 months up you are doing only English, next 2 months you are doing only quants. That is a very bad way of, वो syllabus नहीं complete करना है. You have to train your mind to react. What happens is, if you leave, you are solving abhi RC for 2 months very nicely, and then you leave it for 2 months. When you come back to it, you feel that you have forgotten 60%. तो 30-40% ही रिमाइंडर रहता है, अगेन यू हैव टू रीस्टार्ट, और तब तक एग्जाम का प्रेशर आ जाता है, बिकॉज 3 months have passed, so you are already near the exam. अच्छा, other sections are also left, तो प्रेशर में और कम समझ में आता है, एंजाइटी बढ़ जाती है. So that's why please don't leave any section. This is not just about English or not just about comprehension. Your preparation should be such that week में you are giving enough time to each of the sections. Maybe sub question type sub nahi ho pa raha hai, but that's okay. But at least some part of it, जैसे आप reading आप daily कर रहे हो, तो you are doing something for English. Reading से आपका verbal का भी काम थोड़ा हो जाता है, and comprehension का भी you are able to do a little bit of work. At least you are keeping that consistency. So one thing, reading, vocabulary, these are two things that you can keep doing for the next 3 to 5 months, which keeps you in touch. Solving maybe English ka you are just doing 2 days a week initially, koi baat nahi. If you are very weak in quants or DILR, you want to give more time to it, that's okay. But the time for reading vocab has to be taken out at least 5 days a week, and 2 days of solving aap kar do English ka, baki time you give to your quants, DILR. If you have a opposite problem, then you do the opposite way. Okay, so this is what was your consistency in preparation. Now, difficult passages and understanding them. This is again an issue. Okay. So now if somebody has a university exam or something, तो 10 दिन को आपको break देना, तो दे दो 10 दिन का break. But उसमें भी अगर 5-10 मिनट मिलता है, तो keep just going through something. Okay, एक आर्टिकल ही देख लिए, कुछ वर्ड्स पुराना ही रिवाइज कर लिए, बट टच में रहना है, 5-10 मिनट कर दो रोज, उतना तो टाइम मिल जाता है. एग्जाम के दिन मत करो, बट 2 days a week कर लो उस टाइम, ठीक है. ब्रेक में कर लो, दैट जब दो एग्जाम्स के बीच का ब्रेक रहता है तो उस टाइम कर, इफ द एग्जाम इज कंटिन्यूइंग फॉर 20 days or something like that. So यूनिवर्सिटी एग्जाम्स एवरीबडी गेट्स, ऑफिस का प्रोजेक्ट है, कुछ है, यू हैव डेडलाइंस, ठीक है, उस टाइम कम है, just keep in touch, बंद मत कर, don't close it and leave it aside for a month. That is a very, very dangerous thing to do. Okay, ठीक है. Okay, then articles का source बता देंगे हम, मेघजीत, don't worry. Now, difficult passages and understanding. So difficult passages and understanding them is something that you have to become comfortable with the topics, and for that there are different kind of topics from which the passages come, like psychology, like economics, like philosophy, like science, history, literature, art and culture, biographies. These are some common topics from where the passages come in the CAT and the other exams. So what you'll have to do, at least 50 to 60 articles per topic. So like if you are not comfortable with economics, so basic economics ka concepts of economics आप Wikipedia से, you can just Google basic concepts or basic words of economics और उसको पहले you see them, then you read economics based articles. Now see the sources that are there. So sources are I think I might be having the sources here. Okay, I don't have the sources in this file. I'll open the file in which I have the sources. So sources are there like the Eon, like the Guardian newspaper. We have then other places like your history.com, bbc.com, New York Times, etc. These are there. So, right. So these are the topics: philosophy, psychology, genetics, biology, environment and ecology, science, technology, art, culture, literature, politics, sociology, civilization, history, economics. Biography means the life history of people. Okay. And the sources that are there. So you have the Eon. So one article from Eon Daily, Arts and Letters is also related to philosophy. The Spectator, the New Yorker, Economist magazine, I send for my students the articles from there. IEP, Internet Encyclopedia of Philosophy, Wall Street Journal, Harvard Business Review, Los Angeles Times, LA Times, Washington Post, Guardian. Guardian is free, you can read as much as you want. Basic concepts of philosophy, psychology, economics, this you can Google. Then you have bbc.com, history.com, Scientific American, right? So these are the places from where you can do your reading. Okay. And this is what is going to help you deal with the fourth point, difficult passages and their understanding. Now, COVID related anything comes from anywhere, whether it is written in Harvard Business Review, or it is written in Wall Street Journal, or it is written in Economist or the Guardian, you and I will be able to understand it because we've got so much exposure to COVID related information, even Russia, Ukraine. Earlier, maybe you did not have any history in politics, but because of the war, all of us have been reading about Russia and Ukraine. So we can, talk about it also and read and understand also, right? And what is happening to the economies of the world because of that, because they are being talked about every day. Affair ho jata hai wo. So once you are comfortable with the topic, your reading speed also improves, your understanding ability improves, and your solving ability also improves. So this is what you'll have to do. You'll have to become comfortable with different kinds of passages, different kinds of topics, और जो must know words हैं, must know concepts हैं, that you will have to know. Like if you're reading an economics wala thing, so demand, supply, break even point, law of diminishing returns, marginal utility, sustainability, अब ये सब words will keep coming all the time. So if you don't know those concepts and words, you'll all the time open the dictionary and want it. So वो एक list आपको बनाते चलना. So keep a vocabulary, keep a concept and vocabulary register, जिसमें आप topic wise pages allocate कर दो. Economics related passage पढ़ें तो जो words मिलते जाते हैं, just keep noting them down. When you get time, then you see their meaning, and when it gets repeated again, then you know, okay, this is again coming all the time, so I should understand the concept, right? Similarly, philosophy, क्योंकि philosophy is a new thing. So philosophy, obviously, for the Mindwork students, I have taken a basic session of the concepts of philosophy. You can refer to that session. Those who are not enrolled, who are there just to take a demo, so you can just Google also basic concepts of philosophy, basic concepts of science, whatever you find difficult. You can go through them and then start your reading on that topic. So at least 50 articles on the subjects that you don't know anything about. And only reading from the Hindu is not enough. If you're giving a CSAT, then okay, Hindu. But apart from that, other things also, because the CAT level is higher than the Hindu. So the Hindu will only get you up to 60% accuracy. When people ask about reading novels, etc., the problem in reading novels is, see, I love reading novels, but reading novels is a long-term plan for any exam. Short term mein articles help more, because if you start a novel and it's a novel of 300 pages, you will take at least 5 days to read it, 10 days to read it, and you are getting exposed to only one idea, one concept, one style of writing जो उस novel का topic है. Whereas अगर आप 5 readings articles का you are doing every day 5 readings, you are getting exposed to 5 new ideas, and in the 10 days that you are taking to read the novel, 5 into 10, you can read 50 articles and understand 50 new ideas and 50 new concepts and styles of writing. So quick learning के लिए articles are better. But long-term language improvement and knowledge and all के लिए books are also very good. So I don't say novels are bad, but if you have a 2-year preparation time, then you can prepare with novels and articles. If you have a 6 months preparation time, please stick to articles. ठीक है, because novels पढ़ने का time अभी नहीं रहा. आपको reading में add करना है अपने resume, अपने biodata में, you can do that. ठीक है, right. Economic Times is also not CAT level. आप CAT के passages को Google कर लो पायल, अगर जो sources है उसी को read करो, that makes more sense ना. आप class 10th के exam के लिए 8th की book पढ़ोगे कि 10th की book पढ़ोगे? Simple question, है ना? तो जस्ट बिकॉज कि इकोनॉमिक टाइम्स हमको कंफर्टेबल लगता है या हमारे घर में आता है, ठीक है, आप पढ़ लो उसका हेडलाइंस देख लो, जीके के लिए दैट विल बी गुड, बट जस्ट बिकॉज आई एम कंफर्टेबल विद इट डज नॉट मीन दैट इट इज द बेस्ट वे. सो देन आई jump to this point, reading and not improving, because you are reading what you want to read. Sadly, most of the students do that. They will ask me, ma'am, what should I read, and then go back and read what they want, or they will not read also. And they will say, yes, I have been doing my reading and I'm still not improving. And then I ask them, okay, tell me what you read. Oh, ma'am, I read one novel last month and I'm reading this India Today magazine, and I'm reading the Times of India newspaper. I said, please don't come back to me again. I will give you a big scolding if I hear something like that. Because if you're preparing for the 10th standard, you have to read 10th standard wala level. Okay, I understand. If you are having difficulty in understanding the Guardian or the Economist, though you will start with Times of India and Hindu, but you will move to the Guardian level. You have to. Let's be truthful. आपको इस लेवल तक पहुंचना है तो आप इसी लेवल तक प्रिपेयर करोगे तो कैसे हो? You have to move to that level. So you'll have to push yourself. जिस टॉपिक में कंफर्टेबल लगता है एटलीस्ट वो आप गार्डियन से पढ़ो. So if you are a science student, at least science का passage, science and technology section से पढ़ लो. Then slowly उसका language से आप comfortable, the style of writing से you'll start getting comfortable. So that is what you'll have to do. थोड़ा तो करना पड़ेगा वो. I can't promise you you attend this webinar or you attend my class और आपका हो जाएगा. I can't really promise you that. The work, I can show you the path, but you will have to walk, है ना? So this is what happens. Okay, mint is also okay, Himal, but should not be, see, एक source नहीं होना चाहिए. अभी हम आपको 12-15 source बताए. One source, अगर cat one ही source से देता तो आप पढ़ो one ही source. But since the cat is not giving from one source, how can I say, okay, read from one source? Not done, है ना? तो mix करना है. नहीं, मोहम्मद यूसुफ, writing editorial summary for next 2 months, कोई point नहीं है करने का. मत लिखो. आपका ऐसे राइटिंग का टेस्ट नहीं हो रहा है, ठीक है ना? वो लिखने में इतना टाइम क्यों दोगे आप? और वैसे भी हम बोले कि हिंदू का नहीं लेवल है कैट का, हिंदू से ऊपर जाना पड़ेगा. यू हैव टू गो अबव हिंदू. तो आप पढ़ो, हिंदू भी पढ़ लो, एक आर्टिकल पढ़ लो हिंदू से, जो टॉपिक आपको अच्छा नहीं लगता वो आप हिंदू से पढ़ लो, बिकॉज हिंदू से आप कंफर्टेबल हो, यू आर कंफर्टेबल. बट राइटिंग मत करो. एग्जाम में कहाँ टाइम मिलेगा समरी लिखने का? यू नॉट गेट टाइम टू राइट समरीज. यू नॉट इवन गेट टाइम टू राइट वन लाइन. And you'll have to run, keep moving from question to question. तो अभी के लिए what you can do, अगर आपको writing अच्छा लगता है, you feel more confident, तो points लिख दो. When you read a passage, तो मान लो उसमें 8 पैराग्राफ्स है. If there are 8 paragraphs in a passage, तो पैराग्राफ तो अपने रफ शीट पे 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 you write the numbers and then first paragraph का just 2 words लिखो. Okay, main idea, first paragraph. Point 1, main idea. Paragraph 2 में arguments था. You're writing in your points, arguments. Paragraph 3 में examples था. You're just saying examples. Paragraph 4 में मान लो they are talking about some negative pointers. So negative points. Paragraph 5 में positive points. Paragraph 6 में new argument. Okay, just 2-3 words. एक तो टाइम बचेगा. सेकेंड पॉइंट कि आप जब अपने वो 8 पॉइंट्स देखोगे, you will know all the things that are there in the passage. And the third thing is, when if you're solving comprehension and there was the question about the new argument, you immediately go to paragraph 5 or paragraph 6, wherever it was. It saves your time. Okay, so that's what you should do. उसका practice करो और बाद में slowly उसको mentally, like I do the same thing कि paragraphs में क्या क्या था, I also keep track, but हम mentally करने लगते हैं तो मेरा टाइम और बच जाता है. वो 2 वर्ड लिखने का भी टाइम बच जाता है, तो वो लिख सकते हो आप if you feel comfortable, पर उससे ज्यादा नहीं. Don't do more than that because it will be a problem. बाद में you will start feeling very uncomfortable because you will not be able to do that in the exam. Okay, yeah, the key points. So what not to read for the RCs? Rahul, repetitive. So if you have repetitive things, don't read for RC. So if you have read about COVID के बारे में इतना पढ़ चुके, अभी फिर भी एक नया आर्टिकल आ गया कोविड के बारे में, आप उसको जनरल नॉलेज के लिए आप उसको पढ़ सकते हो कि भाई लेटेस्ट वेरिएंट में क्या है, एक्सी वेरिएंट में क्या है, उसका हेडलाइन पढ़ लिए, 4 लाइन पढ़ लिए. But don't read the whole article because the whole article will be 80% repetition. So repetition of something that you already know should not be done. All right. So this is what you should not read for us. Also badly phrased. In shorts वाला लोग पढ़ते हैं, है ना, और दूसरे का वो जो बुक्स लोग ट्रांसलेट करते हैं उसको पढ़ते हैं. Please don't do all that. They listen to podcasts which are talking of the summary of a book. They are not going to ask you the story of the book. They are going to give you one page from the book and they are going to say कि इसको पढ़ के उसमें से आंसर बताओ. तो आपको खुद पढ़ के समझना पड़ेगा. वो बुक का स्टोरी सुन के क्या फायदा. वो सब काम मत करो बेकार का. It's waste of time. Don't do all of those things. Okay. No, don't skip the 45-day Pranjal. At least comprehension or verbal wala portion kar lo. Because that's what will give you the basic solving. So if you're making errors there, then that means कि basic issues है, तो उस पे work करना पड़ेगा ना. अगर उसको solve नहीं करोगे, सीधा LOD1 पे चले जाओगे, so then you'll not know what your basic problem was. That's why the starters pack is important. उसका partial भी 80% भी कर सकते हो, 70%. If you are getting everything correct, then you can move on. लेकिन errors हो रहा है तो that means उस level में भी issue है, तो पहले उस issue को खत्म करेंगे, तब तो आगे की issue पे जाएंगे, नहीं तो वो issue हमेशा रहेगा. So अगर 6th standard में quants का एक issue, so you did not understand what a say whatever a fraction was in class 5 and you let it be and then you came to class 10th, अभी fractions का problem जो है वो और magnify हो जाएगा आपके लिए. So that's why basic solving थोड़ा सा important हो जाता है. You should do it. Okay. No, India Today is not enough. Somrita, I've given you the list of places. India Today is not good at all. Don't read it. LOD1 is there in the book, Himanshu. So you'll have to take the book. The 9th edition is the latest. I'm working on the 10th. Those who are preparing for the next year, you can buy the 10th edition when it comes out. It'll come out in 2 months. Those who are preparing for this year, you can take the 9th edition. It has everything. Not to worry. Okay. And if you have the 8th also, chalega. Before that, nahi, not. Yeah, the objective of daily reading is to comprehend, to understand, to gain knowledge, to also, you know, have an idea about other things which are going to help you in a GDPI, Aishwarya. The group discussion interview, maybe daily readings are going to help you because you've got so much knowledge about so many topics. You read for 100 days, 5 articles, 500 new ideas are there in your mind which you did not know about. So definitely overall language improvement, grammar improvement, vocabulary improvement, everything. If you're reading the right things, you're understanding the right things, the improvement is overall your ability of English improves and ability of knowledge improves. So it's an overall improve. So it's a good thing to do. Yeah, Amazon Pay it's available, Himanshu. So when you're doing your daily readings, you should try to find the main idea. You should see the pointers, see the key arguments that are there, and see the supporting ideas, the main idea, the style of writing. That's what you should focus on. Why this passage is written. You have to ask that. When you do your daily reading, you have to ask who, what, when, where, how, why. Why is this written? Who's being talked about? What is being said, etc., etc. That is what you have to. So start talking with the paragraph. Immediately you'll feel there's an improvement. Name of the book is Verbal Ability and Reading Comprehension for Cat by Arun Sharma and Meenakshi Upadhyay. You can just Google my name and VARC. You will find the book on Amazon. Okay, or Sharma sir's name and VRC you'll find. Okay. So Meghjeet, you don't. So you can make your points, Meghjeet. जब आप when you are reading ना, so जो अगर if for GK, if you feel that this is an important issue, तो आपका जो register है in which you are noting your concepts, your vocabulary, उसी में you should have one section or a separate place where you keep noting आपके daily readings में जो important 2-3 points डाल दिया बस. That's what. पूरा theory तो लिखना नहीं है. You'll never get time to revise it. So just write as less as possible. ठीक है. And the 45 days pack is loaded on the website, Rohan. So you'll have to ask Sanjita ma'am to give you access. Okay. The sources, Akshay, I already told you earlier in the webinar: Aeon, Guardian, LA Times, Washington Post, history.com, bbc.com, the Economist magazine, Harvard Business Review, etc., Wall Street Journal. And you can just Google the cat passage of the last 5 years and see where they have been taken from and read from those sources. That's the best way. These sources are also from there only. Okay. So that is what you have to look at. Yes. So how to solve the book, Shubham? Till the 9th edition, it is already uploaded on our website. You can just look there on our sorry, not on website, on our YouTube. How to use the book and how to go step-by-step preparation is already there. You can just refer to that. Yeah, I'll do that, Fargi. Just a moment. Okay. So elimination of options, vocabulary ke liye, as I told you, context vocabulary, subject-based vocabulary, topic-based vocabulary. Different question types that are there. General questions for which you have to read the whole passage. Specific questions for which you have to go to that particular point and then answer, like Mr. W ke baare mein, if there's a question, go to that point and answer. Hai na? But if it is about question about the main idea or style and tone, those are general questions. You have to read the whole passage and then answer. Then there are direct questions, fact-based questions. What was the name of the author of the passage? Ab naam agar likha hai, to you will answer. Naam nahi likha hai, to you can't say that, even if you know the answer. Fact-based question, direct questions, you cannot get information from outside. Indirect questions, inferential questions, uska clue diya rahega. You're talking about clouds, the inference is rainfall. Hai na? So think one step forward. So direct, indirect questions, general specific questions, main idea questions, style tone questions. These are the important 6 question types that are normally there in any comprehension of any exam. Okay. And mocks ka strategy, see what you should do basically is if you're comfortable, whatever you are comfortable with. So you are getting 40 minutes per section according to CAT 21 pattern, 40 minutes for each of the 3 sections, 2 hours total. So in that ways, if you're comfortable with VA, then give the first 10 minutes to VA, try to solve at least 5-6 questions, 5 questions of VA, 2 minutes per question. Then the next 20 minutes to RC, try to solve at least 2 passages. So around 8 to 10 questions तुम्हारा comprehension का हो जाएगा, 4 question verbal का हो जाएगा, तो around 13-14 attempts हो जाएगा. In the last 10 minutes, then you can either go back to VA if you are comfortable, or you can go back to RC if you are comfortable. ठीक है. So this is the mock strategy. How to choose which RC to do? तो उस केस में wide angle से just try to read 2-3 lines of the passage बीच से ऊपर से and see if you're comfortable with the topic. Choose those comprehensions, the topics which you're comfortable with. That will give you more confidence while solving. So you can choose those comprehensions. Okay. So when you read a question, there's either I don't know this question, I can try, yes, I can solve, or I will come back to it later. So yes, I can solve, just question mein you are able to say, yes, I can solve this. Please attempt those. That has to be the strategy of solving. This is for the mocks and for the exam. But when you are preparing, आपको सब कुछ attempt करना, you have to solve everything. ठीक है? So reading questions first or the passage, I've already told you, if it's a long passage, then read only the question without the options, read the passage, go back to the question. ठीक है? Mental answer, match the mental answer. If it's a short, small paragraph, 5 to 7 lines, कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा question पहले पढ़ने. So read the passage, go to the question, normal way. That's how. Right. So I believe I have talked about all the important things. 45 days starters video is not there, Vivek. It's a solving thing which is uploaded on the Mindworks website for the enrolled students. It's a level below the book. So, because LOD1 is a little difficult for everybody. So we start with a level below and then start with the book. That's why. Okay. But you can do SAT wala solving or something like that. GMAT official guide is also a very good source to solve comprehension. So if you have finished the book, say by August you have finished the books, then before you do the CAT papers and all that, you can solve the GMAT guide also. That's also a very good source. Okay. And you should start giving your mocks once you're comfortable with the chapters. So if you're starting a preparation now, or you just started 1 month ago, and you feel that I need to do a little bit more reading or a little bit more verbal questions and all, so 10 दिन का और time दे दो, then you start. If you feel that you are comfortable, your accuracy, when you're solving your normal book and your accuracy is 80%, you can start giving your mocks immediately. लेकिन अगर accuracy 80% is not coming, your accuracy is stuck at 60%, then also you should start giving your mocks. Latest point to start your mocks is June, so that you have time to give at least 25 mocks. So at least 25 mocks, 10 section tests of verbal ability is the minimum. The maximum I have had students who have given up to 50 mocks, 20-30 section tests and all that, because maybe they were retakers, they had already prepared once, so वो comfortable थे. तो उतना नहीं भी आप करो तो चलेगा. Then they enroll for 2-3 test series and they do it, because obviously one institute can't offer so many mocks. But we also have a mocks in Mindworks. You can enroll. If you're a student, you already will get access to it. And if you have not enrolled, you can enroll. So that is there. Apart from that, बाद में आप दूसरा भी mock जून में, जुलाई में pick up कर सकते हो if you want. नहीं तो CAT papers कर लो, original papers पूरा कर लो, CAT का, ZAT का. From the GMAT guide, you can solve the comprehension, critical reasoning. That will also help you. So these are the sources. Okay. Yeah, Satyam, you should go for that. But पहले थोड़ा lower level solve करके उसके बाद जाना. तो GMAT के लिए 3 important chapters है ना, critical reasoning, sentence correction and reading comprehension. तो उसका basic वाला काम भी करना पड़ेगा. You'll have to do the basic work of grammar, vocabulary, reading वाला, and then solving. Same strategy. Okay. Where to give mocks, Divya? That will be on the websites of any institute that you have joined. So you can subscribe to only the mock test of different institutes, or you can take the whole package of the coaching and the mocks. That depends on what you want. है ना? So each student has it. But say if you're joining Mindworks, तो आपको mocks मिल ही जाएगा. 25 full length tests, 10 sectional tests plus more tests. So that already we are offering. So वो तो आपको मिलेगा, but other institutes may be है. So whatever you feel comfortable with. ठीक है, डेली में you should be daily routine, Rohan, should be reading has to be done daily. Reading and vocabulary का आपका 5 readings and half an hour for your vocabulary. Solving 2 comprehensions 5-6 days, 2 to 3 comprehension 5-6 days a week. 5 parajumbles 4 days a week, 5 irrelevant and 5 odd man out, and this one critical and summary 3 times a week. That should be your solving. Okay, as of now. Then slowly, once you come to May, your mocks will start. The mock solving and 1 mock per week, and then analysis of the mock that will take at least 1 or 2 days. Then attempting the questions that you have left in the mock, so वो भी add on हो जाएगा आपका. When you enter June or July, 2 mocks per week with the normal solving, तो वो सब add on होता जाएगा. ठीक है, that is the strategy. Word power is okay, but it is not enough, Satyam, because word power only concentrates on root words, prefix, suffix. But the kind of reading में जो आपको words मिलते हैं, word power will not cover all of those. So you'll have to do a little bit of reading wala words. High and medium frequency, if you have my book, do it from there. Those are the must know words, जो कि common words हैं, which you must know for being able to understand. तो उससे help हो जाएगा. Word power हम भी पढ़े हैं. I've used that in my root words chapter. So you can do a mix and match. All right. So that's all for today. I hope you got something from what we were discussing, and we will keep having these sessions, so no problems at all. Somebody wanted the list of the readings. This is the list of the readings. And the topics, these were the topics that you should be reading about. Okay, from the different sources. You can just Google. If whatever exam you're giving, you have the papers, Google the sources from where they have taken. That's the best place to do your reading. And then understand the basic concepts and try to decode. All right. Yeah, 80% of the sources are free, Himanshu. Otherwise selected है, तो आप mix and match कर सकते हो. Thank you. Thank you very much, all of you. Good night and God bless you. Take care. All the best. We will keep meeting again. Bye-bye. Ending the webinar now.